At the end of 2024, I set a goal to spend 2025 qualifying for the UTMB in Chamonix, France in 2026. To make that happen, I'd need to earn at least 4 running stones and complete a qualifying race. The Kodiak 100-miler checks all those boxes, and that's where this journey begins. But in this video, instead of watching me run 100 miles, you'll be following my crew and getting a behind-the-scenes look at what it's really like to crew the Kodiak 100. You're supposed to take video. This is the crew cam. We are making a mess. Organized mess because Kelsey's organizing. Here's Millie cheated.
I'm going to put it in the first stage. This is all the stuff ready to go.
So what's stuff I need to wear? It is, oh wait, you can update. It's 8:50 in the morning and I'm drinking coffee for the first time. We're going to go deliver the drop bags and then come back. We don't have to leave here till like 11:30 or something for the race. So I'm taking it slow. Kelsey's weirded out by it. Forgot his sunglasses. Well, you guys are wearing sunglasses, but I forgot sunglasses. Drop bags. Ready to go. We arrived at Big Bear Lake, California Thursday evening, and though I was able to pick up my bib before the cutoff, I didn't make it in time to organize my drop bags. Luckily, they still have an hour window the next morning for last-minute bib pickups and drop bag drop-offs. Hopefully we won't pick them up today, like,
yeah, I think you need to tie that in some way.
Still bright outside.
Here we are getting coffee, the last coffee before the race.
Emptying our water. Here at Big Bear Lake, California, I'm running the 100-mile race. My goal today is to simply finish the race. I'm coming here to collect running stones, so I don't have any major time goals. I just want to finish and feel better than I did at my last race. Sam's going to be pacing me for the second half of the race. Kelsey's going to be crewing me. It's been a very weird, relaxed day because the race doesn't start at 1, until 1. But I'm really kind of enjoying the laid-back nature of it. I had a lot of time this morning to just kind of chill and repack and unpack my running pack because it is just simply too small of a pack for all of the mandatory gear I have today. Should I give Kelsey my this jacket too?
It might be nice to have like at aid stations for just, I mean, you're not going to run in it, but.
So how many jackets are in the bag so far?
2.
Gore-Tex, the blue one, the winter one.
3.
The Patagonia one.
That would be 4.
And then I have one. But yet what we need still is another jacket.
Yeah, time to buy another jacket.
Because 4 is not quite enough.
Oh, you need one jacket that does everything.
Currently trying to finish all this high carb drink. Tastes awful. We are not almost, 9.8 miles from the start. This is my crew in the front here. The road is very windy.
We haven't quite got to the windy part yet.
Yeah,
It's about to get
it's impressive.
Until you see the map here and suddenly
Was it that little product back?
you have to turn in a lot of people.
That repeats. Yeah, with I have pictures of you running on here. Like she's the same here. It was just
Because this race is a UTMB Majors event, all of us would be receiving double the running stones if we finish. So rather than 4 running stones that I would generally collect from a 100-mile distance, I would be getting 8. Additionally, the top 10 runners for each female and male would be receiving an automatic entry into UTMB. Because I plan to finish in the top 50 women, I would be starting in the elite corral, which would start all at the same time as a mass start. Everyone else would be funneled through 20 seconds behind us, and their times would not start until they went over the chip. To make things a little bit more exciting, the co-founder of the UTMB was at the start line and insisted that there be more females at the front of the line while pictures were being taken. And so I found myself standing in the front, standing next to many elite runners that I follow and admire.
Around you, because this landscape is so beautiful, and you will arrive with the lake and everything like that, and just don't forget to be kind with your neighbor, to be happy to be here, and to measure the luck you have to be here today and to be able to run. Good race, and and enjoy.
Okay, and now I present to you with your race director, Susie, with a few final words with less than 3 minutes until go time.
All right, I definitely will not take all that time. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming to Big Bear. We're really excited to have you here. Just as a reminder, the course markings are all orange tape, and just make sure you look out for all those course signages out there that are going to direct you along the way. And please make sure you hand out those volunteer bracelets to our awesome volunteers out there. And we will see you guys back in the Big Bear Village at the finish line. Have a great race and be safe out there.
Yes, be safe.
All right, so we just finished attending the elite panels, but it got cut just a little bit short because there's a thunderstorm coming in and it's starting to rain pretty hard, and of course Brittany's out in it right now, so we're hoping that she's not getting quite as wet as we're getting here in town, and that hopefully this doesn't last for very long. It's supposed to be a pretty quick little thunderstorm, so hoping that it blows over us pretty quick.
So I've made it here to Double 1 aid station. Runners are coming in. Rode that bus right there, up here. Probably see Brittany in an hour and a half-ish. Just sent Brittany off from the first Double Creek aid station. This is the aftermath. She's doing well. As you can see, a lot of people here. She's about a half an hour ahead of schedule at the moment. See y'all in a little bit. Not very. Here we are, Double 2. Sam getting ready to pace. You can't hardly see him. Maybe if I turn my headlamp on. There we go.
It's chilly.
It's a little windy up here. Britt should be in next 15 minutes or so, hopefully. We'll probably about 15 minutes. Here we are at Sugarloaf aid station. Have everything lined out here ready. She should be here in an hour or so. Well, we have reached the 24 hours of Kelsey being awake point. Brittany is really close to being at the top of Sugarloaf Mountain, which was the big climb of this race. I'll show you on my phone here. So if we look at it, Sugarloaf Mountain is here, and she is currently right there, and it is 7:05 a.m. Expected to be back to Sugarloaf 2 aid station around 8:30, I believe, possibly 9. I'm gonna have to go catch another shuttle. The shuttles are running about 45 minutes, so I'm gonna have to head that way soon in order to make it to see her again. I will film a little bit once I get there. Bye. To the Sugarloaf aid station 2, much busier now that we have 100K runners here.
Oh, that peak's gonna be beautiful.
Waited an hour in line for a shuttle, but I made it.
There were a lot of unknowns coming into this race. The runner's manual and crew guide was not released until just a couple days before the race, and so part of my aid station plan did not include Kelsey to meet me at the last 2 aid stations because we just weren't sure how the shuttle system was going to work and they were a little bit close together. But because I had slowed down as the day got harder, Kelsey ended up meeting me at the Bear Mountain aid station, which was not in our plan. At this aid station, she was not actually allowed to do anything for me, so she had to stand back and watch from a distance. That being said, the aid stations had great volunteers that were all really helpful. One of the benefits to having crew at your aid stations is that they can generally pick up your drop bags for you, fill up your water bottles. Often I would go use the bathroom or maybe was changing my clothes while Kelsey was putting new gels in my pack, swapping out empty water bottles for full water bottles. There's just a lot of things that can make stops go faster if you have a crew, but often these races do have volunteers that can help you.
Mountain and the aid station's at the top, but there's crew access here. She gets to come through here and run up the hill there somewhere. Here they come. See if they want some cold water down here, and I may take the chairlift up and see them at the top. Top of the ski lift. I'm not sure that was the smartest thing I've ever done. Might have been frightening. I'm also afraid of heights, so that's not helpful. Britt and Sam should be coming up here in just a little bit. This is mile 91. It's all downhill from here.
Wow, so the race is over. I'm home after a long long day of traveling. We got home at midnight last night. And first off, I hope that you enjoyed following the crew this time. If you've seen some of my previous videos, there's a lot of videos of me just running. So I thought that we would change it up, show you a video of the crew. If we had one more person, maybe we could have got filming at each aid station, but it was a very hard race, the hardest race I have yet done, so much different than my last 100-miler, and the big takeaway is that like you just cannot compare times from race to race or experiences of race to race because these mountain races are just so different. This one, I spent most of the day running at about 8,000 feet, and I think it just like took more of a toll on me than I really felt like it was in the moment. You know, I didn't have a hard time breathing, the air didn't feel thin or anything like that, but I was definitely nauseous most of the day. We ran just on top of rocks of all different sizes, loose rocks constantly on the trail, so my toes are really beat up. I had a really rough day, but I was really grateful for Sam for pacing me and Kelsey for crewing for me. And then during a very low point in the day where I was wanting to DNF, my coach called me and was very encouraging as well. I wouldn't have finished if these people weren't there for me, really pushing for me to finish the race. Overall, my biggest lesson from this specific race was it just challenged me mentally more, and maybe I needed that mental challenge. One of my biggest lessons from this race was having a strong why, because you really need that during a race to get through the really challenging parts of it, and I don't think I had a strong enough why. When your why is to do something harder, being UTMB, how do you talk yourself into finishing when like you don't even want to run ever again in the moment? And so when I was like, but you need this race in order to do the UTMB, I was like, I'm not doing UTMB. That is going to be harder than this, and I don't even want to do this. So getting through that was the mental challenge of this course. So there were 430 some runners who started, 110 DNFs. Out of the 87 women that finished, that started, 57 of them finished. So it was a hard day. Like, I don't blame anyone who DNF'd that race. So at the end of the day, we did it. We have some stuff to work on before I could even contemplate running UTMB, which was why I ran this race. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my baby YouTube channel. The next thing we're training for is more insane than this one, and so I'm just not ready to think about it, but we'll do a video again soon and we'll talk about it. Not yet. It's too soon.